Lights up right, the show begins. Pop culture chaos where we win. Video games and movie stars, wrestling legends near and far. Grab your popcorn, take a seat. Skitzo's ready, bringing heat. Friendo's here to break it down. Crazy vibes all over town. The Skitzo shit show rocking hard. With the friendos we go far. Movies, games, and wrestling fun. Together till the show is done.
Penis.
Well, good thing I could edit as assholes. So there's more work for me. All right, so let's get this shit started, shall we? Last episode was March 31st. Today is May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
And also with you.
Yeah, wait, Mace Windu.
No, I grew up
anyways.
Catholic, so that shit right there is just triggering to me. So
Get out.
I mean,
Wow.
sorry.
Nobody
But,
gives a shit.
Anyways,
How's your
welcome
Pope?
to the...
Oh, wait.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm
that's
recovering,
enough.
so it's fine.
That's true. I mean, yeah.
What the fuck?
Anyways, welcome to the Skitzo Shit Show with the Friendos. I am Skitzo. There are, 5 people total now. We got a new person, Buddha, and then there's Ace, of course, Count, and Kirby. We're gonna go through quite a few topics, but I think the main focus again is since last time. We don't need to talk about that. Well, no, that's another day. The main thing, since it was a couple weeks before WrestleMania, the last episode was to talk about WrestleMania, so we'll get into that. And then there's a few little topics, if you will, that I want to get into first. I think the first thing I want to talk about is, I'm sure people heard it by now. It's Dr. Lupo. He obviously was one of the streamers that was popular. I think it was for Fortnite and Counter-Strike and shit. I don't remember. But he's a very good shooter. But I think a couple of days ago, I want to say Thursday or Friday, one of those, there was a tournament that he joined. It was a 100K chess tournament. I don't know if it's full of pros or whatever, but he was online.
No, it was streamers.
Oh, so it's like amateur stuff?
Yep.
Okay. So this tournament, again, it's a 100K chess tournament, and apparently he he got caught cheating. And what's funny is that I watched a bit of the Asmongold rant on it, so it was pretty funny. But for the most part, what happened was he was using essentially an aimbot program for chess. It was kind of blatant that people caught on, because I guess they could see the pieces move fairly quickly after one is moved, because obviously it calculates where to go next, type of thing. And then he tried to put out a like an apology video, right? But it was more of a narcissist type thing where he's like, I know that it was wrong and I'm sorry. I've been caught, blah, blah, blah. But it, like, you could tell that, he's just saying it to say it, right? And it's kind of pathetic, honestly, because obviously, I thought, honestly, he wasn't that bad off financially, because he was popular enough where he had a pool of people, kind of like fucking Dr. Disrespect. Dr. Disrespect, he had a bunch of people, and still a lot of people still watching for some goddamn reason. But Dr. Lupo was kind of a surprise, because I didn't ping him as like that much of a dirtbag compared to Dr. Disrespect.
I don't think any of the streamers are as bad as Dr. Disrespect at this point.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Aiden Ross.
Okay, I mean, if we want to go that far,
Yeah.
like I'm sure you know what's his name, Vitali or whatever. I got arrested in the Philippines. Yeah, that dude's a fucking idiot too. He's a YouTuber.
Oh, you ever hear of Johnny Somali?
I did. He's a fucking dick too. So
he's
I mean,
facing like
yeah,
22 years in Korean prison.
yeah, he's a dumbass. But yeah, like there are a number of people, but Dr. Lupo, like, I did get killed by Dr. Lupo once when we were playing Apex Legends with me and Hawk. We were playing Apex Legends. Good shooter, but like I said, I didn't ping him as like some sort of dickhead that would use cheats for especially a chess tournament. That sounds stupid.
Yeah, he's a scumbag. Especially when
that
it's
is the
chess
dumbest
is the
thing.
game of like skill, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Chess is like all about skill and patience and all that. So I don't get it. I guess he was hurting for money. I don't know. I thought he had a decent amount of money, considering on how many
From
followers
what
I
I
think he has.
understand, he did it because the person he went up against was like double his rank, and he knew he was gonna lose.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Even still, why would you cheat like that?
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like
That just makes me question, like, because he was really good at first person shooters. That makes me
yeah,
question.
it makes you question everything now.
He's willing
Yeah.
to he's willing to cheat on that. I mean, he's willing to cheat. It's not like we've never seen a guy fucking cheat on a stream before.
Mhm. Wait, who
But yeah,
who was he?
Lord Farquaad.
Nadia. I'm sorry. The speaking of cheating bitches, right? No, so that's what irked me because, like I said, he doesn't picture me. I don't picture him as like um a little shitbag like that. That's so dumb. Like, I didn't think that he would do such a thing like that. Uh, I'm seeing that stupid ass typing now. God damn it. Oh, Jesus Christ. So,
You're welcome.
yeah, I'm just reacting for those of you that obviously can't see it, but I'm just reacting to, I guess, what Cal put onto our little podcast notes here. So I'll just read it out now. It says, who was better, Farquaad, Nadia, or Rachel Ziegler?
Who would make a better Farquaad in a live action remake, Nadia or
There you
Rachel
go.
Zegler?
That's what it was.
Rachel Zegler.
I mean, you're not wrong.
She's never shit in a hot tub, so I'll give her that.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Oh God. Oh God. So yeah. So that was just a shame. I didn't think he was that much of an asshole, and there are obviously other assholes like Nadia and God damn it. It was so stupid. And like it's a shame. And it just like again it makes you wonder what the fuck. What is this world when it comes to a guy cheating on a chess tournament that like there is no need to cheat on a chess game at all because that's the point. It's strategy and timing and skill. It's not like you point and shoot like Nadia where it was auto aim. So I don't get it. That's stupid. That might God. So, I guess moving on, we could talk about real quick here. I know a few weeks ago there was like, obviously you all know what Schedule 1 is. It's a drug dealer simulator type game, and then they were getting investigated. It was obviously developed by one guy, by the way, and I think his name is actually Tyler, which is funny. But he actually was getting investigated, not sued, but investigated on stealing, quote unquote, stealing assets from Drug Dealer Simulator 2. So one thing I want to mention, and that's what I was saying before we started, is that's like basically saying Forza is trying to reach out and sue Gran Turismo. They're totally different games. They have the same concept, but they're totally different games. You might as well have the crew suing, Forza Horizon. It's totally the same concept, but it's different in style of the game, right? So it's a waste of time, and it just shows that whoever the developers of Drug Dealer Simulator they're just desperate because they made a game that sucks. I mean, I've played the first and a little bit of the second. The first one was all right. The second one was but the schedule one is a lot more in depth, and you do a lot of shit in that game. It's they're just being jealous of one guy, and that was just a waste of resources. I think they're a decent sized team too, so that's crazy. Um, it's so dumb. You know, I get why they would think that, but at the same time, again, it's not. It's literally not the same assets or whatever they're saying. It's different. The gameplay is different. There's things that you do that are different from each other. So again, it's like saying Forza is going to sue Gran Turismo because they're going to say that's the same game. No, it's different. They handle different. So that's my little rant. I don't know if anybody else wants to chime in on this, but I think I wanted to bring that out because it was a big story for
That's
probably about a week.
That's literally like fucking Nintendo suing Pocket Pair for Pal World. They're just suing them because they're doing so much better using the same formula.
But they
Yeah,
got
that's
away with
true.
it. They
Simple as
won
that.
their
Like
lawsuit though.
who?
Pokemon won.
Oh yeah.
It's
Well,
Well, the thing is, though, is it's in
still
Japan, and
it's
Japan's
still
courts
ongoing
are.
though too.
Ace, they updated
Yeah.
the game Power World instantly to take out throwing Pokeballs. What are you talking about?
But it's still ongoing. So they won parts of it when it comes to stuff like that, and Pal World is still paying for certain royalties when it comes to the patents, but the actual case itself is still ongoing because Nintendo wants the whole game to be down.
that's interesting. Yeah, because I mean, I could see that they're trying to do that, but that I think again it's kind of stupid because they're still different games. The only difference is you're capturing pets, um, and with Pal World, obviously the difference between Pal World and Pokemon is Pokemon don't have fucking submachine guns. That's that there's something different there. So
Can't quite
yeah,
tell what it is, but there's something different.
yeah. I don't know, man. They just want money. And it is Japan, so they probably have a huge amount of resources there. Um, oh yeah. Quickly, I want to bring up something when we were talking about off the podcast recording when we were talking about Nickelodeon. Just I want to bring this up to the thing real quick to the podcast. I did one time when I was on MySpace. I'm not sure if you remember that show, Salute Your Shorts. The actor Donkey Lips, he's the one with the lisp. I forget how long it was. Obviously, a long time ago. MySpace, but the one time I think it was probably I don't know what year, but it was like close to Thanksgiving or something, and basically he sent a message on MySpace, like his topic or whatever it's called, his front page. Basically said something like, "If you send me, I think it was like $20, you know, I'll go ahead and send you some DVD. Well, technically, it's DVD VHS rips of Salute Your Shorts that he had. Along, and I don't have the picture now, but along with a picture of either it's two choices. It's either his headshot, and he'll sign it, and then the group picture of the original cast, and he'll sign it. So I had the original cast. I don't know where the fuck it is, but it was kind of funny though, because I think I had what was it? Like it was a date that you send it, and then I thought I missed the date, but it was like the final day, so I sent it in, $20 or whatever, and then I posted a message to Donkey Lips saying, sorry, I might be a little late. And his name was Michael Ray Bauer, by the way, so that's the guy who played Donkey Lips. So I sent the message on his MySpace. What do they call it? The wall? I think it was the wall.
Yep.
So I sent the message saying, sorry, I was a little late. I think I sent it in just in time. And then he replied to my message saying, apologies accepted, pimp. I said, hell yeah. So that was kind of like the most memorable moment of Donkey Lips saying, apologies accepted, pimp. Like a couple weeks later, he sent me, it's a custom, which I'll send it. I'll post a picture on the description there, but it's a custom Salute Your Shorts DVD case that obviously he probably printed out of his HP printer. And then again, there's two DVDs in there with VH rips of the episodes. It's 2 seasons. You know what? I was a big fan of that show, so I wasn't mad at it. I thought I would share that because that was a fun moment at that time during the MySpace era. They always had those stupid quizzes of, what song are you? So that just kind of made me think about that for a minute while I had it fresh in my mind. Okay, since that's over with, let's get to the meat and potatoes of The Last of Us, shall we? Let's get a little depressed here. Now, let's see. 1, 2, 3 of us played the game. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I said that on the first episode of the podcast. We played The Last of Us. So Count hasn't played, and Buddha technically hasn't played The Last of Us. With that in mind, we all know, whoever played the games, the kind of timeline of what happened. I'll say that it kind of correlates with the game, as I thought it would, just like the first season.
The way they were talking about doing another season, I didn't think it was going to be that fast. I'm not
No. I know what I think I know what they're doing for the second season. So I'll hold that off until we finish the season. I don't know. I'll send you a message, but I think I know what they're doing for the second season or the third season. But
pissing me off is what they're doing.
Yes. So, regardless, with that in mind, Count and Buddha, what did you think about it so far? I know the new episode's tonight, so we'll get into that at some point. But we are 3 episodes in, so we know the major stuff that happened. And I will say those events that happened is pretty much the same length as you played in the game. So whatever happened at the second episode literally was just like in the game, 2-3 hours in. Literally. Yeah. It's literally the same thing. They're following the same game formula since the last season. So
too soon, man. Too soon.
How do you think we felt playing the game?
It doesn't put us anymore.
I mean, I never played the game, so watching it just felt like a punch in the gut, man. And oh god, you kind of figured something might be happening, but I didn't think they'd go that far. But the only game I can think of that has any semblance to how hard you're getting punched in the gut like that, for anyone who hasn't watched the show or played the game, is back in the day. If you ever played Gears 3,
Yep.
Dom, when Dom dies, like,
Yeah.
But
Jesus,
there's a big difference. Like that wasn't at the beginning of the game, a couple hours in. That was like a
that was the end of the game.
second act, and then the second act started the third.
But that one
Yeah.
kind of had two, because it had Dom dying and when Dom had to kill his wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that,
Yeah.
but they were both pretty gut punchy.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
And yeah, just this one just caught me off guard. Like, I almost
Yeah, I
didn't want to
didn't-
watch the show after after his kid died in the first episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not expect him to die. I thought like someone was gonna show up again and
Well,
and
like he
save
got the
him.
shit beat out of him and almost died there, and she nursed him back. I thought it'd be something like that, and then I'm like, oh fuck, fuck, they went there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like there's
Yep.
a little slight change. Obviously, spoilers since we're talking about it. In the game, she just clubs him once and then dies. In the show, she stabs him with the broken part. Like that doesn't
Yeah.
happen
Oh,
in
yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
She just
Yeah.
hit him
That's the
once.
difference. Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Like this
okay.
kind of drive home like he's dead. Like
So here's my question to you, Kirby and Skitz. Being that we've played the game and we've watched the show, which one built it up better to break our hearts?
Show.
show for
Definitely the
sure.
show.
Like
Okay.
because and another change too is like that. I think the battle at Jackson doesn't happen.
Because I know,
Like in the
I will
game-
say this, like, the first game does a very, very good job of making you love both characters,
Mm-hmm.
but the show is just like, I mean, kudos to Pedro.
Yeah.
Because it grips you so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely did it better in the show. Like way more tension. Like I said, the added like Jackson
That's-
attack.
That's
It's gonna be
twice
weird
now.
without him.
That's twice now I've had to watch him die in a TV show and just sit there soulless
Bro,
for like hours afterwards.
It's-
have you seen what was it called? The movie with what's his name? Denzel Washington, The Equalizer.
No, I'm talking about Game of Thrones.
No, I'm saying, have you seen the second one?
Yes.
Oh, I was gonna say, so Ace knows what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh. And it's funny you say that because I just watched that for the first time like a couple months ago.
But like right now, to me, it's gonna be weird. Like now you've lost like one of the main characters,
Yeah.
and we're only 3 episodes in the season. Like it's
But-
really weird to me. Like coming from a guy who like I did broadcasting for high school, for college, and all that. Like and storyline wise and stuff that we learned like when things should happen in stories. Like never have we learned that a main character like that should die episode 3 in a season.
So
Like
the reasoning behind it, from what they said, was there's games out there where one game you play is this main character, and the next game you play is this main character, and there's usually like an okay reason why. They wanted to switch that up and give you an entirely new reason as to why you're playing as this new character. And the way they did it was just so fucked up.
I
There's a
get
gut punch.
so like with the show, I get not wanting to do it in the finals. Like they could have done that scene like to end season 1, but then would you turn off people from watching season 2? Like they just watched one of their favorite characters die. Like, are they gonna come back? Well, as in now with it being this close in, I mean, yeah, you've got the people that are like, I don't want to watch it now. Like these are the same people that watched Glenn get his head bashed in and they're like, oh, it's too gory. I'm like, bitch, read the comics.
Right.
Yeah.
And HBO is stupid because sorry, go ahead, Kyle.
But now you've got a thing where you're like, I want to see what she's gonna do. Like she was already kind of turning into a badass, and now she's gonna be unhinged.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was going
we
down a
will
rocky
see.
path before, right? Like
Yeah.
not doing good.
Yeah, she's gonna
before
be.
that.
She's basically got nothing to lose now
Mhm.
in her
Right.
mind.
Yeah.
She's got
Um,
no. No, but HBO's
She got
dumb
that one
because I
chick in the
knew.
tent with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dina. But HBO's stupid because I knew right when we started that second episode because they showed Tony Soprano scrolling through, and they showed Ned Stark getting, spoilers, chopped up. I was like, oh no, why would they show that? You know, that little HBO preview before the episode starts?
Yep.
So it's like you're literally showing main characters dying.
That just
I
tells
knew
me from now
before.
on, if Pedro Pascal has a new HBO project, I'm not going to watch it because he's just going to die. Because both times
bro.
I've been gut checked by him dying has
Well,
been on
that's not
HBO.
true. That's not true. He didn't die in The Mandalorian.
He
Well, we got
almost
the
died.
HBO.
That's
That's
the
not an
thing.
HBO.
That's the real reason. That's
It's
the
both
real
HBO
reason
projects.
That's the real reason they killed him off for Last of Us is because he needed to go film Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
That's me. He probably read the agreement for season 1 and 2 and was like, oh, I'll do it. Like,
No, but like right now, I think he's filming for Mandalorian and Grogu.
I don't
Like,
think the
it's
timetable had anything to do with
no,
that because I mean it's
and
played out just
whatever
like
other.
it did in the game. It was just
Well,
one of
he
those
Yeah.
things.
He also had to
So-
film Fantastic Four. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's
So-
just getting a lot of cookie jars right now.
Yep.
yeah, a lot of big cookie jars.
Yep.
Like,
Imagine he dies in the Mandalorian. That's what they're setting up, Grogu's solo movie, and then he just dies at the end.
I don't think they would do that because
They
might,
if
he might.
dude, if Din Djarin dies in the Mandalorian, then that means Grogu is going to go down the path of the Sith
yeah,
because that's his dad. I want a time skip. I want a time skip to see Grogu as like an adolescent,
Mature.
100-year-old, whatever species they call that,
more mature Yoda
Well,
thingy.
wielding the fucking darksaber.
I was about to say, did anybody even continue watching after the one Book of Boba
Yeah.
Fett nonsense?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I did. I'm
Alright, so what
still not so too happy.
Well, quick timeline. So, end of Mandalorian season 2, Mando gives up Baby Yoda, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really give him up, but yeah.
Well,
he gives him
gives
to
him
Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like obviously the movie,
Movie.
it's titled Mandalorian and Grogu. So, what do you think is going to happen? Like how they're going to meet up? Like I think Count's right with the time skip. Maybe it's like the Kylo Ren when he burns the temple down and Grogu's got to find Mandalorian. You know?
Didn't they already meet back up?
Yeah, they already met back up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you missed a season.
Yep.
Did they do it in
Yeah.
Book of Boba Fett?
Yeah, like
No,
he comes back. He comes back to.
Oh wait, it wasn't Book of Boba Fett. It was those 2 episodes in Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, but he comes back to Din. I can't remember what season it was. He comes back to Din, and they end up saying that he is now Din Grogu, and like he's a Mandalorian apprentice.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and he gives him the choice.
There was 2 episodes in Book of Boba Fett that were like Mando and Grogu. It wasn't
Yeah,
actually Book of Boba
You guys
Fett.
are
Yeah, the
also
entire
missing like
thing.
the fact that like there's a whole third season too.
that just came out last year. I didn't pay any attention to that.
Bro, that came out 2 years ago.
No, last year.
It came out in 23.
A year ago.
It's 2025.
Because season two ends where he's going off with Luke, and then season 3 starts bringing in Ahsoka and all that.
Yeah.
And Grogu makes the choice and goes with Mando, and then he goes back to the the Crucible or whatever, and the armor basically says you are now Din Grogu, Mandalorian apprentice, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kirby missed the whole season apparently.
By the way, that Ahsoka series was really good.
Dude, watching her draw the fucking sabers like that, like just the
Oh.
whole pulling them apart like that thing, I was just like, oh my god,
And
pure nerdgasm.
her fight with Balin Skull. It was beautiful. I'm so mad Ray Stevenson died. Like, although now we have the Mountain, or no, the Hound. Sorry, is taking his spot.
Oh, see, now you're going off into Ahsoka, so that's just totally different topic.
Yeah.
It is Star
Listen,
Wars.
I just watched Thor the other day and completely forgot that Ray Stevenson was in it.
Yeah.
I was
Really?
like, wait a minute. Yeah, he
Who's
was
playing there.
He was Thor's fucking buddy there.
Oh
Buddies,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
The
yeah,
one with the beard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
he
was-
was one of the
One of the four
warriors.
guys. Yeah. I was like, where the fuck is Ray Stevenson? And I see the name, I'm like, oh.
And
Wow,
Zachary
okay.
Levi is one of them too. God, that's
Yeah.
funny. Trying to think here. So, yeah, the back to Last of Us. The Jackson thing was added. They've I think in the game they've been talking about. I guess I don't know if it was past battles in Jackson. But that was the point. Just to show that it's possible that they'll be get run down by infected. And then what impressed me was we seen the third episode, and I thought I don't know why there was a lot of hate and memes for Bella Ramsey, but I thought when they portrayed the fucking Ellie, especially with the scene when she was at the jacket, she did a very good job. And it's crazy that I don't know. I've seen memes of fucking her being Buzz Lightyear and then all those things about like Kratos and shit. That's kind of fucked.
I think it's just a iPad that she has.
I guess it's kind of like on good way to segue. Like on LFG with Bailey, that man woman. I guess that we were saying.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
she's just. I mean, she is just built like.
That's a man,
Yeah.
baby.
Like her face makes me think that she's like I think I keep telling Kirby she looks like her face belongs in the Minecraft. That's how that's the best I can think of. And now we're getting into wrestling here. So LFG, obviously, it's a show like back then, Tough Enough. They got all these amateur people trying to get into WWE. And there's one in particular that we all hate, and rightfully so. His name was BJ, and I hate hearing him say that he is
Mean
from
Streets of Orange County.
That's it. Mean Streets of Orange County.
Orange County gangsta.
Like all I could think of
Like,
is
I remember when he was going after what's her face because she was from Ukraine. Like, they're in the middle of a war, but you're from the mean streets of fucking Orange County.
That's a good point. So,
Yeah, my dad didn't make 500 grand, so we were poor, or whatever.
Like it was stupid. Like, and then like they got the audacity of keeping him over. What's his name? God, what was his name?
Cutler.
That's it, Cutler.
That is that match they had where one of them had to go home. Like BJ was so. I mean, I'm a fat bastard. Like I could do it, but he's sitting there huffing and puffing after about 30 seconds in the ring. I'm like, goddamn, son.
Yeah. It was pretty pathetic for an amateur like that. Like it wasn't even that long, and he starts.
I feel like
huffing and puffing.
I feel like if Cutler had spoken up though, like and said something about that, like it might have gone a different way, like because he
probably
didn't say anything. He's just like, okay, been
I
nice
accept
being
it.
here.
Yeah, he didn't really defend himself because like he was a good wrestler. Like technically, he was good. I don't get it, and
I think. All right, hold on. Who do you think is going to be boy and girl is going to be the ones to win?
Shiloh will be.
I want to say I want to say Shiloh, and then I can't remember her name. The blonde chick there that was like a cheerleader or whatever.
Danny?
Yeah.
Not the Ukrainian chick, right? The other one,
No,
Danny.
No.
Yeah, I think
she is doing fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could get that. Like, I think with the women's side, it could be her or Ukrainian girl, because she is pretty good too.
I
The
think
one who called herself
the
Oxymoron.
Yes,
yeah, that one.
Fuck.
she. I don't care, man. She's really good technically too. Like,
I don't like that one chick that won Olympian gold at all.
oh yeah, she's getting on my nerves. She's not good.
Like she cries over every situation.
Yeah,
I mean,
I get it.
Like
Yeah.
you're trying to go into an industry that is scripted.
Yes.
Are you gonna cry when they tell you have to lose your title?
Wait.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Nah, shut up. It's not scripted.
You know, that reminds me of when Robbie told me quite a couple of months ago. It was hilarious. Like we were watching wrestling, and then he mentioned something like, it broke my heart years ago when I was younger that I heard it was fake." And I said, "Well, yeah." it was intended to be fake. What you think chair shots were meant to be deadly and all this. They planned for it. They flexed into it.
I mean,
you
I'm sure
know,
those chair shots still hurt.
I mean, yeah, obviously it is still painful, but it's still scripted and fake, sure. And speaking of scripted and wrestling, I am making that wrestling. I'm segue into that. I'm making a wrestling tabletop RPG off of the Cipher system, so that's fun to do. I'm gonna call it Squared Circle. I think that's a good module name for it.
I might
So-
actually have to try and join this one again.
Yes, and don't be a bitch. This system is if you didn't know, Cipher system is narrative driven for the most part. So it's not just the DM or the GM, the game master, doing all the talking. It's also the players as well because it's all about creativity. So I think it's a perfect system for a pro wrestling RPG. I looked up one variation of somebody trying to make a tabletop RPG wrestling thing. And what I hate about it is that it's a 3D6 system. That doesn't make fucking sense for a wrestling scenario. So I said, you know what? I've been watching a decent amount of wrestling now. I'm into the creative juices of making a wrestling thing. And if I ever want to DM again, which I'm sure I will at some point, I will make this module. And if anything, once I get everything ironed out and everything, we could do a little play test. And, one of these days, we'll see how it goes because there's a lot of mechanics, honestly, with wrestling as well. So I had to come up with the pinfall mechanic, the submission mechanic. I just put up a tag team mechanic, and then I think I did. I'm working on probably it's a big thing too. I'm trying thinking about how would a steel cage and Hell in a Cell match would work. So I might as well throw that in there because that's kind of a key thing in wrestling too. So it's gonna take me a little bit to fix it up. But I'm the big thing for me, I think, is working on the types because they don't have classes in this system. It's types. So right now I am on Cruiser, and I think I'm on Tier 4 right now. And basically, I kind of piggyback on different, cipher abilities and just kind of flavor it into wrestling. So that's what I'm kind of doing. So it's a fun ride so far. And oh God, how many pages do I have on there? Probably fucking 15 pages so far. And most of it again is just mechanics and the type class so far. And then I have don't get me started with descriptors and focus or foci and cipher items. Jesus Christ! But it's gonna be done. I am.
So when you say
motivated.
that it's a system meant for creativity,
Yes.
you mean it's not for Brax, right?
Yes. Wait, no.
Guys,
wait.
I'm gonna be a barbarian again. Okay.
Okay, well, I did say I did mention that I was working on the wrestling thing. That's what's funny. Brax, I'm calling you out now. I don't care if you watch or hear this or not, but He I did mention that I was working on the wrestling thing when he was on one of these days on Discord, and he wanted to like include himself and say, I'm not really interested in wrestling. I said, well, good, I'm not inviting you anyway. So, um, because he, he wants to get into more games instead of the Saturday game, and I'm like, well, good on you, buddy, but speaking of the same shit over and over again, you should probably get into the habit of being a dynamic role player or player, because I know that you're theory crafting all these characters, but you always land on simple people like barbarians
every time.
It's funny though, because he
I don't even
he
play
does
D&D.
like he theory crafts for like 2 hours a day or something, and then he goes, I'm gonna be a barbarian. All right, that makes sense. So yeah,
You got too many good ideas to keep doing dumb shit.
yeah, I mean, anyways, that if you're a tabletop RPG player, don't be a Brax. The eventually I'll get into more details of. I think I'll post a viewable Google Doc link of the module once I get at least the types finished, because the last one obviously in the types would be a specialist. I'm obviously piggybacking on the WWE 2K25 my GM mode, so that's where I got all the cruiser bruiser fighters and all that. So that's what I piggybacked off of, and specialist is the last one there, and that's probably when I'll start, I guess, posting viewable Google Doc links so that people could see it and I guess critique me on how it is, especially with our buddy KedHub. I mentioned the link, and he saw it. He thought it's a very good idea because I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure he's right about it because again, pro wrestling is a niche, and it's something different compared to typical RPGs, because obviously typical RPGs are either sci-fi or fantasy related. And then I'm coming up with this pro wrestling thing because I want to do a pro wrestling game, and I think it'll be fun because this system is perfect for it. It's all narrative, it's all creative. Um, so that's why I'm doing it, and eventually I'll give out the details at some point. So moving on with wrestling. Yeah, so
Releases.
Again, oh God, are we gonna go through that now? Okay,
Yep.
Releases. God, I need to pull up a list of that. Hold on. Do you already have the list, or should I pull it up?
I have a list. I sent it to Buddha the other day.
All right. Yeah, give me
did
that.
you?
And then,
Yeah, remember I sent you a little list
Messenger or Discord?
messenger. So we got Braun Strowman, Katie Carter, Tana Chance, Shayna Baszler, Dakota Kai, Shinsuke, Gigi, whatever the fuck
man.
her name is.
Gigi
Yep.
Dolan.
Cora Jade got released.
I mean, a lot of them were developmental talents.
Yeah.
Except
except for Strowman.
I think the thing that pisses me off with Strowman though is like the reason behind it that they're given. Like they're basically saying he made too much money for not doing enough. That's not his fault.
Yeah.
He's not in charge of being booked. That's on you guys.
Yeah, that's bullshit. And he had some great matches too. I mean, the Fatu and him, and then obviously Bronson Reed and him.
And I wonder if part of that was just him. I don't know, because I touched on this a little bit earlier. You could tell when he was doing his freight train around the ring thing that he was like,
he's
it looked
hurting.
like
Yeah.
it looked painful for him to run.
Yeah.
And I read somewhere that he was partially paralyzed in one of his legs because of an injury. And
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it could be an injury thing.
And you got
Big man
Braun
running
Breaker
around.
doing that now too.
True.
Around,
Braun
running
You
Breaker.
know,
around.
you know what I miss is when they had Braun Strowman doing like the whole bully destroyer thing. Like,
That was cool. Yeah. Um, I think Braun Strowman was a surprise. I mean, what's her name? You said Kaden Carter and what the Kaden Chance? What is that her name? I forget what it is. But
Kaden
Katana
Carter
Chance.
and Katana Chance.
Katana Chance. So with that, I kind of agree with some people when I was reading the comments. Um, they were getting better as a tag team. Talent and the women's side. I mean, they were kind of lacking on tag teams for the most part. I mean, they had like Shayna Baszler. I get Shayna Baszler getting released. Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and the fucking Damage Control was there for a bit. So it wasn't like that prominent. So I get why people were saying that kind of sucks that they released those two, but you know, it is what it
Shayna.
is.
So that means because didn't they release one of the other girls from Pure
Dakota Kai.
Fusion? No,
No,
Pure
you're-
Fusion.
Yeah.
Zoe
Zoe Stark is gone. Yeah.
yeah.
Zoe Stark and what's her name?
Like that was the worst faction ever. Like God, I hated
Yeah.
the name. I hated no.
Well, all three of them left. Yeah, all three of
Yeah.
them were gone. So they're gone. I mean, I can't think of any other real female tag teams except, maybe some of them on NXT will be coming. I think that's part of it too. Why we're
Well,
slowly seeing some NXT people coming.
whenever
So
creative get off their nuts, we're about to get Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss.
yeah, that's true. That would be cool to see. Um, And speaking of kind of, I don't know if y'all noticed, what was it last Monday? There was that walk that Logan Paul did, and there was that glitch on that screen. Um, I don't know if you all noticed that, but there was a glitch on the screen while Logan Paul was walking, and there was like a small glitch, and I didn't notice it until somebody on YouTube pointed it out. But pretty much it was like, it showed the basic raw screen, in whatever arena they were in Kansas City, I think. The Allegiance, was it? Um, the There was a screen, like a LCD screen to the left of. I'll post the video on Muted here in a minute, but pretty much it's a video that the letters were scrambled. Like it said something about welcome to the stadium, Monday Night Raw, or whatever. So it showed briefly like a glitch looking phasing out letters thing, and the Matrix, whatever, briefly on the letters. And the thing was saying random letters and stuff. In one YouTube video, they kind of referenced to like one of them. One of the letters that scrambled, or I guess, quote unquote words, was like ELO, like LO, or yellow or something. And this YouTuber was saying, that could reference to the Wyatt Six with one of their videos that says hello. So,
Hello.
that
It's
would
me.
be okay. But that's what is interesting. So it could be a Wyatt Six message. So I'll send you the video in a bit here. But that just kind of brought it up in my mind while we were talking about wrestling. I forgot about that. So on to the next. WrestleMania. Let's talk about WrestleMania. Obviously that was a few weeks ago. And it was 2 nights. And I think personally between the two nights, the main event was better on the first night, and then the matches were better on the second night. And I don't know about y'all, but that's what I think, considering of what happened. we know that Chad Gable, El Grande Americano, was fighting Ray Phoenix. So that was kind of a weird match, but it was impressive.
I'm I'm getting annoyed with them just recycling the same shit over and over again. Though, like
Yeah,
him doing the steel plate thing once, maybe twice is fine, but continuously doing it over and over is just stop.
Logan Paul does that with his brass knuckles all the time. Like,
yeah, that was kind of stupid.
Although he
I'm gonna
didn't do it for the
disagree.
first time recently. Like,
I like night one better than the second night. I feel like the John Cena versus Cody Rhodes and then having Travis Scott come out was lame without having The Rock there. Like, what was that whole storyline for? Like,
and there was fallout afterwards where The Rock, people were, The Rock is throwing Triple H under the bus in interviews, and then it's like, what the fuck? This was like your whole thing, and people are pushing back on The Rock, and I don't know.
Well,
I think
set up
I think a
on
lot of people
stage.
I think a lot of people in creative got put in a bad position by The Rock, honestly.
Well, you
Set
also
up
got to
on stage for
remember
20 minutes going, I want your soul, Cody Rhodes. I
he's
want
got
your
the
soul.
biggest ego in the world, and like he will push to get what he wants done, regardless if it's good or not. Like, don't get me wrong. As a wrestler, The Rock is great. His promos are fucking hilarious. But this whole final boss thing is just stupid. And I know, most people disagree with me, but I think John Cena as a heel, not entirely a bad thing, but the way he's doing it is terrible. I'm sorry. To me, it's just terrible.
yeah, I'm not a fan of his whole heel thing right now. With the fact, especially the fact that he's leaving soon. Like, for him to turn heel and now like all those kids that he's helped or done Make-A-Wish or whatever, like they're all now seeing him and he's calling them like whiny babies and bad. Like,
Well, maybe they shouldn't be whiny babies.
Right?
you know what I mean? Like, it's completely ruining his
I
image he's had for
understand
so
why
long.
they're doing the whole heel thing. I just wish he's a decent actor.
But
Like
before,
why is it so bad?
you're okay. So on one hand, yeah, into the WWE world, he did ruin his image. But this is the same man who literally told Aquaman, "Don't you have a fish to fuck somewhere?" Like,
Oh yeah.
we're talking about. I'm like,
But see, that's the thing. Like, and that's my point. Like, he is depending on the movie or the show. Like Peacemaker, fucking phenomenal, right?
Mhm.
Some of his movies trash. Some of his movies good. So
Mhm.
I'm saying he's a decent actor. Why is his acting that he's doing now as a heel so fucking bad?
because
True.
he's
It's
so
forced.
out of pocket for him. Like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so forced. It's not him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's the problem.
So he's only got so many dates left. Like, I think we're down in like the 20 some dates left.
They'll
I
show it on Friday.
I wonder, yeah. I'm wondering, and it's only May. It's only May. I'm
Only
wondering if
May.
they're I'm wondering if they're gonna do a thing. I'm almost thinking Randy's gonna beat him at Backlash, and then there's gonna be some double turn and he's gonna go back to being old John Cena at some point.
Yeah, there's no way he's not going back to being a face by
He'll
2020.
retire a face, 100%.
So I read an article the other day where they may have spoiled what happens after Backlash. They didn't say exactly.
Time out. This is the time of the podcast where if you don't want spoilers, go ahead and skip forward, and I'll give you the time signature later down here in the comments. Okay, go ahead. I got you, Skits.
Cody Rhodes isn't supposed to show up again until the first Friday after Backlash. So he is taking time off, but they already spoiled that he's going to show up and call out John Cena.
Oh. I mean, that doesn't. It's not really spoilers. It doesn't really surprise me. I mean,
No, but
grand
it's like
in the grand scheme of things, most people who are champions for that long always take time off when they drop a belt. It's just a way of the company giving them, vacation time type thing.
vacation all I ever wanted.
It's
sorry.
just in my opinion, that's kind of the thing to do.
Like, there's a few people taking breaks right now, right?
Yeah.
Although Liv is going to do a movie, but
True.
Yeah, and I'm so
True.
confused as to what they're doing too, because they said that they're stripping her of the tag team title, but letting her keep the women's title. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well.
Like,
Wait, she doesn't have the women's title.
no, she did.
No, it's Io Sky and that's Io Sky.
Oh yeah, then I read it wrong. Then they're stripping her of her tag team title because she's not going to be there.
Yeah, it's Io and Tiffy.
Yeah. So
Kirby's
I mean,
favorite
I
girl.
guess that makes
Yeah.
more sense. But yeah, she's going to be gone that long.
They need to change her name from Tiffy Time to fucking Wardrobe Malfunction Time. The way she's been going.
Stiffy time.
Jesus.
Iffy time.
The yeah, I think with WrestleMania personally, like I said, like yeah, the first night is good with the main event. The second night's main event is stupid, but the second night's mid card matches were better
So
than the
the
first.
first
No, I
the first
disagree
night main
again.
event that was an all time match. Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
I've got the fight card pulled up. Jade Cargill versus Naomi, kind of forgettable.
Yeah.
The New Day and the War Raiders, we're gonna skip that because that was absolutely just dumb.
Abysmal.
Yeah, that was
They
dope.
suck.
The match,
Yeah.
the match itself was good. Yeah, I don't know.
I can't picture them as a heel. They're heels. Like it's gross. Like when Kofi Kingston did his celebration, it's just weird to see as a heel.
Jay Uso versus Gunther. I know
That
some
was
people
fun.
hated it.
Yeah, that was good.
I thought it was a good way to bring it to him with the having him lose in the same way that he's beat other people.
I felt like it was rushed.
Honestly, yeah, I feel like that match could have taken. I think
Well,
it could have cooked a little longer.
Yeah.
yeah. To piggyback with this and me watching the 3 hours podcast episode of Stevie Richards talking about WrestleMania. Um, I like his explanation of the match, and yes, I feel like it's rushed, but at the same time, it was good as a psychological sense for Gunther because he's the last move that Jay did was the choke, and it's like think about it if Gunther was getting choked there, it's the same exact move. Then he's like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Because all he does is power bombs and slams. So I agree with that aspect, but I think it should have been dragged out a bit longer. Yes.
Especially the
I mean,
choke should have been dragged out a little longer. Like,
Yeah.
he was in it for like 2 seconds and tapped out. It's like,
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
fuck?
Well,
I
again, that's
mean,
a psychological thing. That's what the aspect of it is the psychological thing because he's getting choked by his own move. So I get that, but at the same time, yeah, it should have been dragged out more.
and let's see some of the other matches. Let's see. The U.S. Championship, Fatu, L.A. Knight.
That was a good match. I like that.
That was a
Fatu
good
is
match.
great in everything he's in right now.
Yes,
Like,
Fatu is
Yeah,
he
cooking.
is a
I,
fantastic wrestler.
I
Yes,
feel like so. I think the L.A. Knight. I think they're pushing him slowly. I think as what that one preview for that new show they're doing, where you hear Triple H say, "We're going to strap a rocket to your ass." I have a feeling that's what they're doing with Fatu because
So
he is just. I don't know.
here's my problem with LA Knight. They had such a huge push behind them, last year? And then it disappeared.
Yeah,
Like I had such high hopes for him. I was loving everything he was doing, all the matches, his fucking promos, everything were fucking great. And then out of nowhere, it's just like, no
They
more.
made him lose to Shinsuke.
Yeah, but even before that, like they just stopped. Like, why?
And now he's kind of having this beef with the. It's not even the bloodline. It's just Jacob
Like,
and Solo.
I get it. He's old, but so is John Cena.
True. Other matches.
Night 2 was trash. Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, snooze fest. Drew
What are
McIntyre,
you talking
Damien
about?
Oh, that
Snooze
was
No.
an
fest.
amazing
No.
match.
Nah, dude.
You didn't like the fact that she got whipped with fucking her hair? Like that
Didn't she
was
do that 3
nuts.
months ago to Liv Morgan? The exact same
Sure, it
thing?
was 3 months ago. It wasn't like
Mm.
it wasn't like how Gunther was doing a power bomb, exactly the same thing as Jay did and all that shit like a month ago or whatever, how long ago.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
set
it was how many power
skits up.
bombs?
I'm gonna set skits up for a cutaway. You're saying night one's better. All I can say is I believe.
And Joe Hand.
Night
That
2.
No,
yeah,
that's
that
garbage.
was
No, that is so garbage. I'm kidding,
What?
obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
I was a
Exactly.
little
That
lost there for a second.
Only the
I
good
know, I was like,
only
wait,
good
what?
match. Only good match of night
He
2. All right.
appears.
They have one good match. That's it.
The Cody Cena one was a little stale.
Cody
Yeah,
Cena one
I hated that.
Oh
again.
my
I
god! And when
feel
Travis Scott came out, everybody, oh my god,
Oh,
going
man.
crazy.
I feel like it was also rushed.
They had months to
was.
prepare Ace. Don't even try to say it. They had months of him going, I want your soul, Cody Rhodes. Here's a
That's
brand new
not-
Hummer. Here's a
I
brand new
think-
Hummer, Cody Rhodes.
I think
That's
Kirby's
not what he
missing
means
the
by
idea by
rushed.
rush. The match itself was rushed.
Yeah.
Here's my
I'm not
Hummer,
saying
Cody
the story.
Rhodes.
The story was fucking. They had months, yes, but
Yeah, they
No, that's
drove
what I
a
mean.
fucking
Like,
hovers through the ring.
the match
they would have had a
itself
better
was
match.
fucking.
Like,
It was so rushed. Like
Okay, one thing in all of this though, but seeing Living Color perform Cult of Personality.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, that was
That
cool,
was-
but that
That
that happened
Oh.
before too. I forget for which event, but he did bring him out before too.
I think they've had a
The thing about
live
the
act
drill-
about every
yeah.
WrestleMania. They have at least
Last year
one
was
live act.
Rhea's.
No. I'm talking about Living Color. Like they actually had Living Color once more. I'm pretty sure with CM Punk. I forget when, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Let me think. What else was there? I
Becky
mean,
Lynch.
yeah, that one's all right, but the Dirty Dom one, that was a good match.
Now, I don't know if you guys heard that part. Was that yes, Dom was supposed to always win, but he was supposed to run to the back right away.
Yeah,
Like he was supposed to grab it and then just run to the back, not do
so
anything, not stop.
he
And
got
then,
such an ovation that
but-
that they literally decided to send him
thanks for
back out.
stealing my thunder, Ace.
You're welcome.
That's what I was going to explain. Like he got partway up the ramp, but they were cheering for him, so he turns around and like starts raising the thing, and everyone's cheering for him, and everyone
so
and like even Triple H is like, that wasn't supposed to happen. Like,
so it was though, because the cameraman actually told him to turn back around and go back out.
well, because they were
because he-
cheering for him, and they
Well,
probably
no,
told him
because
after.
Triple H or whoever's back there told him to send him back out.
Right, but it wasn't supposed to happen in the first place.
No, and none of us really thought it was going to happen because we thought he was too hated.
Yeah.
true. It was pretty crazy. I thought that fight was kind of entertaining. Especially with Carlito, bro. When he got speared on the announce table,
That is
that was so
twice
good.
now that man has taken a
Yes.
spear from Breaker and almost died.
Speaking of spear from Breaker and Carlito, he is talking about retiring.
Carlito?
Ooh, Carlito. Yeah, I mean he's
Yeah,
getting
'cause
old.
Breaker
not really
speared the
using
will
him
to
here.
live out of him.
But also, if you look, they haven't really used him at all in the last while.
No, they
Like
brought him back
he's
more for
literally just
like
there eating apples.
Yeah, they brought him back for like comedic. Yeah.
like manager style shit. Yeah.
That's what they do with R-Truth. Every once in a while they'll have a match with him, but I think he's just happy being backstage fucking comedy.
Yeah. Yeah.
At this point, I feel like if R-Truth were anything else, I wouldn't watch because I'm just so used to him making jokes about everything.
I mean, I know he's going to retire at some point, but it's just fun every once in a while to catch an R-Truth moment backstage where he's like, Cody Rhodes, you're being shellfish. Like, what the fuck?
And you're just sitting there like, what?
I guess one last thing we could talk about wrestling wise. The what do you all think about the comeback of Aleister Black?
I don't think there was enough build up for it.
I kind of agree with that. There should be some sort of build up for it.
Because he's a very, very good wrestler. Promos, I'd say 60-40.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
It depends on if they do some of the rumors I've heard creative wanting to do where Karrion Kross is going to go up against the Wyatt Six at some point. They could pull Alistair into that too.
Can we just talk about how underutilized Karrion Kross is right now?
Yes.
He is great.
Like,
That man is great. Sometimes I watch on YouTube his wife Scarlett and the other wrestler Shotzi. They both have YouTube channels and they go out on haunted locations. So it's very good. It's fun to watch. And sometimes they bring Karrion Kross out there. It's great because he's great out there too. So I have mad respect for him. It's pretty
we were
good.
watching Shotzi the other day, right?
Yes,
Well,
one of those. Yeah.
She's going to have more time because she was one of them that got released too.
Yep. I forgot about that.
I mean, she didn't get used at all. Like,
No. She was getting used like once every 2 months or something. It was pretty bad. But yeah, like that channel is cool. And Karrion Kross, yeah, I agree. He's very underutilized because he is talented. And then you all saw that little. I don't even know if I don't think it's scripted. I don't know, but like that one where he was all yelling. You seen that? On that.
after
I think I seen
WrestleMania?
Ace. Yeah, I think I sent it to
Yeah.
Ace. He was going on this rant of saying how pretty much everything is bullshit and I should be better than this type of thing.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much the rant that he was going off of.
I think it's more or less like CM Punk's pipe bomb, where they're making it look like it was off scripted, and then you find out years later that it wasn't. You're kind of just depressed now.
Yeah, and he's like, he's like, Killer Cross is back, baby, or something like that. So that'd be kind of cool.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Fucking loud.
He was screaming and shit. His wife's like, "Hey, calm down." Yeah. So that was cool.
How about another return? Rusev.
Oh yeah, Rusev.
Rusev
I don't know
was fun.
I don't know if I can put pictures in this doc, but I just found this. Somebody took that screenshot from we're talking about the Wyatt Six from the glitch. Look at the top in the Google Doc.
I'm
I'm kind of shrinking it down.
Oh
so
yeah, there it is. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't
see now.
Look at the top. Look at the top line.
Alexa.
Oh. Okay, so they are trying to slow play it now. Hopefully, things will be.
Well, I mean, we've honestly just been waiting on fucking
Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas because he was hurt.
Yeah.
So now we have it saying basically hello and Alexa.
Yeah. So basically, they're
Don't say
welcoming
that
Alexa.
too loud.
Alexa, shut the fuck up. Jesus.
I told you not to say it too
God.
loud.
It's like saying Beetlejuice, man. Like, goddamn.
Oh fuck. But yeah, like that's
Alexa, no,
probably what
not
it is.
you.
God damn it. The God damn. So that's cool. So they're welcoming Alexa. So okay. That
Speaking of
makes more sense now.
Alexa, you guys ever hear that song by Bowling for Soup?
Oh god, yeah, I did. Oh,
I still can't
gooning.
believe they did a song about her.
Talking about fucking Kirby gooning for Tiffy. Jesus Christ. That was hilarious. I remember singing the music video. But yeah, I think for the most part I guess we could touch up on one thing. How long are we in? Probably about a bit over an hour. Yeah, a bit over an hour. So I guess one more thing we can touch on, and then I'll come up with other shit for next episode. When? I don't know when. We'll figure it out. The uh the remaster shit that happened, the Oblivion remaster, that was a big thing that happened, and then apparently there's been rumors. Is it true that they're making the Fallout 3 remaster?
That
It's-
was part of the leak
Yeah.
from finding out Oblivion, and they're thinking that the release of it is going to coincide with the next season of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes
Which,
sense.
yeah. Which
So
I'd be all for because I love Fallout 3.
and they're
Yeah.
giving it the same treatment. It is completely rebuilt in Unreal Engine 5.
That's
So it's
going
going
to
to
be
be just
fucking
like Oblivion.
amazing.
So that would actually
Yeah.
be good. I
Yeah.
would probably be happy with that. Because I did play a lot of that. Let me see here. So that's cool. The other thing, speaking of video games and releases and whatnot, I am trying to push through Expedition 33. If you haven't played that yet, you should. I know the
It
RPG
breaks your heart
element.
in 10 minutes.
Okay, well, yes, but at the same time, the RPG element might scare some people because it looks like a Persona game, whatever, like JRPG, action, whatever the fuck the genre is. But yes, that is the thing, but it's a little different, and it's actually really good, story wise and combat wise. It's really good. I haven't played the Persona games. I know about it. That's why I know about the combat, but besides the combat, the story is very, very good. It has like the main character is fucking voiced by Charlie Cox, aka Daredevil, for fuck's sakes. And then they got Andy Serkis on there. So it's really crazy. It's a good game. I'm like probably 4 hours in, so I'm trying to rush through it before my Game Pass expires. So that's in a couple of days. Um, and I think it's, from what I understand, probably about like 12 hours or so for the main story. So that's why I'm kind of rushing through. But I would recommend that if you haven't tried it yet.
Speaking of Expedition 33,
Yeah,
it did so well. It's already getting a live action.
like movie.
I think they said show.
Oh,
No,
I mean,
movie. It is a movie. Yeah.
I did see a headline, something like that. So that's
Oh.
impressive.
I mean, it's also only the fourth JRPG to have over 100,000 consecutive players on Steam.
True. Yeah.
That's just impressive.
Motherfucker,
Yeah.
it's a new game and it's getting a show, and I'm sitting here waiting for Gears of War for how long?
Yeah. I mean, that's true. And the thing is too, it's like it's not a full price game. It's only what, like 40, $50 for the full price compared to like $60, $70. So
Yeah.
it's impressive. And it's worth the price. I would definitely buy the game. And it's very good. And again, you people that are listening, if you haven't checked it out yet, try it on Game Pass, and it's very Okay, shut up. If it is a very gut wrenching story, I'll give it that. There's some fucked up shit in that game so far. So if you're into that type of story, it's very good. It's very well written in that aspect. So I think that pretty much covers the topics here. I mean, we could go on about like maybe nostalgia via Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network, but I want to probably save that till the next episode with other stuff that I could come up with, because I wanted to make sure we did the main things like WrestleMania and WrestleMania and oh yeah, next thing is Backlash. So that's next week. Or technically this Saturday, right? Yeah, the 10th.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
backslash.
Yeah.
Backslash.
The and fun fact, Saturday night main event, was it the 20th, whatever that date it is. It's gonna be here 24th. That's it. 24th through the 27th. That's all WWE stuff here at Tampa. Am I going there? Probably not, because I don't have money. But it's kind of cool that they have 4 days in Tampa. So they're gonna have that, and I think they have Saturday night main event, and then whatever the NXT PLE is, Raw, and then NXT, all I think at the same venue, the Yingling Center, which I think before it was called the USF Sundome, something like that. So that's cool to know.
All right, so I gotta ask, who wins, Gunther or Pat McAfee?
Oh, hold on. Speaking of which, did you see who's going to be in his corner?
Big
There's
Papa
somebody in his
Pump.
corner.
Yes.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Who?
Steiner.
Yeah,
Scott
Steiner.
Steiner.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. So
Yeah, I
if
think-
that's the case, McAfee's gonna win.
Yeah, Pat McAfee is a national treasure, and we need to protect him at all costs because just
What do you think I'm doing at my GM? I'm trying to
I
build
know.
him every time.
you're trying to make him your fucking permanent champion, man.
Maybe we'll get
Bro.
some more Steiner math.
Oh God,
He
probably.
started out at my company, all right? Don't forget where he started at.
God damn it.
No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, I hope McAfee will win. That'd be kind of cool to see, and maybe I hope it's a decent match. So I know, McAfee did a few matches before, so I'm sure he'll be fine. Anyways, I think that covers everything. We're gonna have to watch Backlash, and maybe we'll do another episode within the next 2 weeks. I don't know. We'll see. But again, I'm working on that wrestling RPG thing. I'll get that stuff out once I at least get all the types so people could check it out. So eventually I'll post that on probably the next episode or something. And obviously I want input and seeing what people think about my ideas of the pinfall mechanics and stuff like that. So stay tuned with that. And we are on the Friendo Discord. So, we'll be around there, and with most of us stream too sometimes. I used to stream every day, but I haven't streamed in a while. Well, actually, I streamed Saturday for the Saturday game. So, there's Ace, Buddha, Count, and Kirby. I'll post the links on the descriptions. And we'll go ahead and end it here. Thank you all for listening. Next time, I'll put in some, hopefully, more topics that are fun to talk about, and we'll end it there. So you all have a good one until next time. Hopefully, like I said, maybe within the next couple of weeks or so, we'll make a new episode. There's a new episode of The Last of Us we'll have to watch. And we'll talk about it, I'm sure, next time, or at least the next two episodes. So thank you, folks. Till next time, later.
Movies, games, and
Ball sack.
wrestling fun together till the show is done.